our children, our grandchildren, our great-great-grandchildren will be when we are gone. Now, what type of Africa are they going to live when we are not here? What type of Africa are these children going to live when we have not culminated or constructed or prepared their future? This is why we are calling for responsibilities in Africa. First, let us think about our resources that are being squandered, that are on a rampage by foreign occupiers. Let us think about the priorities that Africa has, because we don't have one. We don't have priorities in Africa. What we are doing are priorities of other people. This is why today there's no peace in DRC, because DRC has the economy that the whole Western Europe don't have. DRC has the resources about 24 trillion American dollars in together. And Africa, no government has ever put an effort to think about DRC as our hotspot for boosting and advancing our economy. No one. What happens is factional peacekeeping movements, factional dialogue, factional and propaganda type of peacemaking. Not a total freedom of DRC. And we'll say something here about citizenship. As citizens of Africa, we lack what we call love one another concept. We don't love one another as Africans. We don't know the responsibilities of a citizenship. Because today, an African from Mozambique can easily be killed anywhere in Africa, and no one will fear, because we don't have that citizenship love among ourselves. An African will protect a white person than protecting his fellow brother, an African. I'll give you an example. In South Africa, there's this issues of xenophobia. This xenophobia has never affected a white man or white woman. It affects black people. Even though we call it xenophobia, we are wrong. We're supposed to say Afrophobia, because this is a war between black against black. So it's Afrophobia. It's African war. We are failing our responsibilities as citizens. And if we cannot tackle this matter now, we should know that Africa will never develop, because where people develop is where there is a unification of people, there is an understanding of oneness, people can decide for their future. I have 10 minutes to go. I want to base more on Malawi. The very same concepts we are teaching each other today, we are failing them in Malawi. Malawi has no responsibility of leaders. Fail to have responsible leaders. The country is now plunged into violence. The country is now plunged into anarchy. The country is soon going to be in constitutional crisis, whereby someone, and I don't want to hide, Peter Mutharika wants to make sure that this country goes into war for him to continue clinging to power, even though he has lost the trust of citizens. As I speak to you, the government system tells that we have 3 arms of government. All of them are independent of each other. There's a judiciary that is independent. There's a legislature that is independent, and the executive that works independently. But today we are surprised to see a letter written from the office of the president asking the Chief Justice that he must go on leave. A leave that has been, in English, they say the Chief Justice has got 500 days of leave days, so the government is asking him to go on that 500 leave days until his retirement time comes. And this man is supposed to go for retirement in December 2021. Now, the government of Peter Mutharika wants to send this Chief Justice on holiday that will find him at home when retirement time comes. The question is, when did the power of the executive started meddling on issues and matters of the judiciary? Lack of responsibility. The genesis of stupidity. That is our topic today. Therefore, it's not over. There was a call for a new electoral commission chair who was going to run these elections that are coming in 10 days now. We hear that Peter Mutharika's government, knowing that they have lost trust of Malawians, they are planning to kill the chairperson of Malawi Electoral Commission, Dr. Chifundo Kajale. So one of the soldiers is calling us of the utopian philosophy that we must appeal to the government. Now we're wondering which government, because that is the very same government that want to kill, and we should appeal from the same government to protect the very same men who wants to be killed. If you look at that, you'll find that this is stupidity. That's our topic today. We are failing to be responsible, and we have just become stupid citizens. That is exactly what is happening. Now, we as a utopian philosopher want to appeal to Malawi Defense Force. We know the Defense Force is not a blister-feeding bottle of DPP government. Despite Peter Mutharika appointing his tribesman, General Namatanga, to be army commander. But the laws of Malawi say that the Defense Force is there to protect citizens. In this case, we appeal that Malawi Defense Force, with or without the permission of General Namatanga, a tribesman of Peter Mutharika, should appoint a security personnel from the Defense Force to give maximum security to Chairperson of Electoral Commission, Dr. Chifundo Kajale, just like General Nundwe did with the security of the 5 constitutional judges, including Chief Justice. The military was escorting to the court, from the court to their homes. They were giving security to the 5 judges, including Chief Justice. We appeal again, because by now, Mr. Peter Mutharika is just alone. The cabinet was dissolved yesterday. There's no cabinet. But it does not mean that government should not function. It has to continue functioning. We appeal to Malawi Defense Force that this is the time you protect the new chairperson of Electoral Commission, Dr. Chifundo Kajale, at home, on duty, at the office, and all wherever he go until the mandate that has been given has been fulfilled of running elections in 10 days' time. We don't stop there. We also want to give a warning to President Peter Mutharika. You are a caretaker president for now. You don't have the mandate to run, appoint, or run the full functions of government until 10 days. If 10 days you are elected again into the government, you will have full mandate to appoint, to hire, or off-hire anybody you want to work with in your government. But for now, the government is not functional 100%. It is 10%, just the seat of the presidency. Because according to our laws, there should be no power vacuum at State House. That's why you are there. But you should not use that limited power you have to confuse our constitutional framework, to destroy our republican status, and no one who is following the democratic principle